Hey, how are you this morning? Lovely to see you. So, who have we got on this morning? We have good morning, Suzanne, Marlene, Lynn. Oh, Lynn, that's no good, but I'm glad you're feeling better now. Oh, you're very welcome. I was a bit tardy with my cards and I didn't have a good excuse other than the cards that I'd made all got wet, so I had to, go searching. Hi, Nicole. I might have said hello already. I'm not sure. Hi, Leslie. Lovely to see you all this morning. All right. So I don't really have any housekeeping, which is great. Um, we've got a cloudy day. Apparently, my husband tells me it's not going to rain, and at the moment, it's mostly cloudy and 28 degrees. So that's a lovely temperature. Hi, Roz. How are you? Hi, Tanya. Hi, Sue. Okay, so so we've got some washing in ready to go on the line, but other than that, not a lot. So my name's Lorraine. I'm from the Fraser Coast area of Queensland in Australia, and I'm a independent stamping up demonstrator. So I can help you with anything to do with papercraft, card making, scrapbooking. So if you're interested, my links are below here for you to go shopping if you wanted to go shopping. Most of what I've got today is either current or upcoming. So I don't think I'm using anything that's out of or on last chance. Who knows? Alrighty, so I do have something first up this morning. So what I'll do is I'll go straight. Look, I got Christmassy this morning. Got Christmassy, Christmas sparkle. You have to excuse me, but I always take the sleeves out. Oh dear. Okie dokie. So just let me go down to the desk. There we go. And I wanted to say thank you so much to Debbie. I don't think she's on at the moment, but she sent me a beautiful card with the jars. That was one bundle that I didn't ever get. But it's a very pretty bundle, and this is such a gorgeous card. Just look at it. We've got gingerbread snowmen and ornaments. And Debbie always sends a lovely letter, and that's the inside of her card. So that was absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, Debbie. And Lynn sent me this gorgeous, gorgeous card. How beautiful is that? I love slimline cards. I very seldom think I have sparkly tatas. Oops. Never mind. Um, so it's such a gorgeous card, slimline card, absolutely beautiful, and she has included this absolutely gorgeous bookmark in cut work. Absolutely beautiful. I would, yeah, I think I might put it through the laminator or something because I certainly wouldn't want to use it as it is and get it dirty. But there's a lot of work gone into that, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much. Alrighty, it's so good. All these gorgeous cards arriving daily. Like I said, my husband used to always be the first one to go out and get the mail. Now he says to me, "You go." There certainly is, isn't there, Sue? Lots of work in it. Trying to catch up. Everybody's Okay, yes, if anybody in the States or Canada can let me know when when mine arrive, it could be a while. I'm so sorry if it doesn't get there for Christmas. But anyway, things happen, don't they? And we can't do much about it. So the card I'm going to make this morning is a fun fold, and it's quite a sweet little fun fold. And Peggy Noe did one very recently, um, similar to this, or probably the same. I watched hers basically for the cut. So, yes. So anyway, I started to cut some of the stuff out, and then I stopped. But because I had things to do. So today I'm going to use, this is the Pretty Peacock, and this piece here from the Up and Coming Nature Walk pack. So I love those colours, and what I like about especially this sheet here, good morning, Margaret. Lovely to see you. Good morning. Um, the good part about this is you can pick an area. If you're only doing small bits, you can pick an area where you want your pieces to come from. It has a beautiful background as well, which is Secret Sea. That's lovely. And then this is, I chose this one because it's more of the Pretty Peacock. I'm a bit worried it may be a bit dark, but I'm hoping to lighten it up a bit. Oh, I haven't got talking about lighting things up. Let's do that. So then we've got this one as well, and on the back of there we've got more greens if we want them. So absolutely beautiful papers that are coming. I've shown them a couple of times, so I won't go through them again, but I will. Well, I'll be cutting shortly because I didn't get a chance to do what I had to do. So our main card base is 11 by 4. It looks like it cut wonky. And then we have to score that. So I'm going to score it now so that I don't forget to do it. So we're going to score it at 2 inches. Now you could do this in a coloured base if you wanted. Go away, my goodness. So 2 inches, we're going to score it. And then 3 3/4. 7 1/4. So we'll need the arm out. Is it 7 1/4? Yeah. Oh, that was close. Did you see that? And 9. So that has given us, you can't really see it very well, can you? But it's given us the scores there. And then we also have a piece of white card, which is 5.5 by 4 1/4. And we cut a piece of DSP at 5 1/4 by 4. So this is for the back and the inside part of the card. So for that, I think I might just use this one. And you know me, I'll change it later if I don't like it. So this one's going at 5 1/4 by 4. So I'll cut it at 4 because that's a reasonable. And 5.5. Sorry, 5 1/4. My word's twisted already. You baked 100 chocolate chip cookies. Oh my goodness. I was only thinking just before coming on, I was sat outside and I thought, oh, when should I start doing some prep? Not that I've got a great deal to do. My son's asked me to do a certain amount, but then the rest of it will be my choice. Oh, hi, Roz. How are you? It's still Thursday. Yeah. We're all going to be thinking of you. We're all going to be hoping that everything sorts itself out for you and sending you fantastic healing vibes. I did read somewhere where you said that it was day surgery. So, I mean, that's better than having to stay in, isn't it? Unless, of course, something isn't quite right, and then it's better to stay in. Okay, so I've just attached those two pieces so that I don't, a little less than 12 hours, yeah. Nicole, you're making me feel guilty. Okay, have you already baked these things, or is this on your list? I'm not sure about doing too many sweet treats because there's a lot of people going. Going to my son's. So this piece you can't see where I've scored it there and there. So we're just doing these fold back pieces. So this one folds into the center and this one folds back. Okay, so that we have this. Now see, there is something wrong there with that. Now what is it? Let me get this trusty old thing out because I will cut another one if I have to. This is by 4. Now let me see what's happened here. See, no, it's not right, so I'm going to cut another one. Bear with me. I must have had my eyes closed when I did that one. Okay, so we're going to go 4 inches and we're going to make sure it is at 4 inches this time. It just didn't fit right. 4 inches by 11. There we go. And then let me that to one side before I pick it up by mistake. And I'm going to score that at 2. 3 3/4. Isn't it funny when you can feel or you can see that something's not quite right? It was a bit like yesterday's card. I can see that strip isn't as good as it could have been. 7 1/4. And 9. So let me try and fold that again, and hopefully this time it will look better. So we're folding that one that way and that one that way. I'm going to burnish that, make sure it stays where it's supposed to go. And then we're doing, open that one that way, and that one that way. So that okay. What is wrong today? Curl up. So that meets in the middle there like that. And then I've curled up that corner, but never mind. All right, so what's going to happen is this is going to sit on here. It's going to sit in that centerpiece there, and then it will pull out. So it's quite a nice, easy little... Hi, Monique. How are you today? Lovely to see you. Okay, so now we're going to cut pieces 4. We need How many do we need? Let me see. I need 4 pieces, so 2 of each. So I'm going to do 2 of the dark and 2 of the lighter colour. If I can find what I did with it, which I will in a minute. So we're doing, let's get that out. So I'm going to do 2 of these. Now, what you can do, these can go straight onto the card, or you can cut a background. Now, I want to cut a background, and I really thought that I'd like to cut a gold background. So I've got some pieces here that I've got left over, and if they're big enough, I'm going to use those to do the gold background, and I think that might be it. So I might only be able to do it with maybe just the front ones. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure they'll all go the same way. Yes, they will. So these are going to be, I'm going to cut these at 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. So, no, hang on. Oh yeah, 1 3/4. So I've got that by 3 3/4, and I've got that. So I need 2. So 1 3/4. What I'm going to have to do actually is cut that, because it's what I've cut out of the middle of things. I'll just take that off. So now we'll go, is that straight? Doesn't look it. Okay, so now we'll go 1 3/4. And we need it by 3 3/4. Now, how much have I got? I've got plenty, so I can cut that off. Let's go 3 3/4. There we go. So it's only these front ones that I want to do this matte on, because I just think it makes it look nice to have a matte on them. All right, before I even start this one, I'm going to cut that off. So I know it's a little bit of a waste, but I tend to just grab the textured notes when I'm going to, so that I can save the piece in the middle. And that's when it comes in handy for this, because I'm always running out of gold. Always. Okay, so now we're going 1 1/2. What was 1 1/2? Goodness me, Lorraine. No, 1 3/4. One 3/4 by 3 3/4. So that gives me 2 nice pieces to go on there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut 2 of these, and I'm going to make them 1/8 of an inch smaller, which will just give us that little. So I'm going to go 1 3/4 less 1/8, and 3 3/4 less 1/8. And that should matte on there nicely, which will matte on there nicely. Awesome. So one 3/4 less 1/8. And 3 3/4 less 1/8. So that gives us those two pieces there. Okay, so that's those. Now we're going to do, so you needed 2 of each. That's correct. We're going to do these ones as well, but they're slightly smaller. All right, so I'm not sure that I'm going to have enough gold to do those in gold, so I might not. What can I put behind them? Maybe just some. Let me think. Now my dog's going to bark. I could just put Pretty Peacock behind them. Or is that going to be too much? What do we think? Do you think that'd be too much dark? Or shall I just put white behind? I really don't have any more gold that's suitable for that. Not 2 anyway. I've got like this piece here, but that's about it. I made cutting. You're over Christmas. Oh my goodness. Yeah, maybe I'll just do that for now. So what I'm going to do, these ones, the card ones, are going to be, will I do that? Yeah. They're going to be 1.5. And I bet I've got some of this down in there, to be honest. Where's my greens? Okay, can't find my packet with the green ones in. Why there's green in that blue one. Here we go. What have we got here? Might be able to get it out of some scraps rather than... Oh, no, probably not. Oh, how wide is that? What do I need it to be? I need it to be 1.5. That's 1.5 and 3 3/4. Let's see. I might be able to do it. Saves cutting a whole new piece. Okay, so 1.5. So this one's slightly smaller. And that's not straight. One and a half by 3 3/4. So that will go on there. I don't think that piece is 3 3/4, no. So let's go 1.5. Yes, so last night we went to trivia. It wasn't one of our better evenings, I can tell you. And I realised that 2 people were going that I wouldn't see between now and Christmas. So I quickly had to make a card before I went out, which I absolutely love doing that sort of thing, you know, like having to race around and make a card. I'm sure I put a piece of, there it is it? Must be going crazy, I think. I tend to slip things in places and then I can't find them. And it's Under there. Is it under there? No, no, no. No. Oh, well. Let's get another piece out, Lorraine. That's that. I remember showing it to you and saying that you could choose which piece you wanted. Okay. So we've done that there, and now I wanted to do something maybe a little bit lighter. So maybe come in on this end here, because these need to be the 1.5 less 1/8. 1.5 less 1/8. Make sure I've got it lined up straight. And then they need to be 3 3/4 less 1/8. So I think I'm going to go. I'm going to get rid of this piece here, this really dark piece. Right, so now I'm going to go 3 3/4 less 1/8. And that'll give me that piece. And then 3 3/4 less 1/8. That'll give me that piece. So that just brightens that up a little bit. That's better than, all right. So that's what we've got there. I'll just stick these together, get those on there, and then we'll go from there. We could be here till Christmas. Have we got someone's address wrong? Oh, sugar. Damn it. That's what I get for trying to watch the chat when I'm supposed to be doing this. Okay. So those two are going to go on the outside. These two are going to go in the middle. That brightens it up a little bit using that that lighter card. All right, so I think we could stick these down. I think. And basically, once we put it on here, this is what it's going to look like. Okay, I've just noticed something there, but I'm not going to point it out. I'm sure you'll see it yourselves. I don't think it's particularly directional, but it could be. All right. So, popping these on here. I'm going to go one there. And one there. Move that one across a little bit. And maybe a little bit more. The glue's taking really quickly today. And then we're going to put these in here. I'm glad I went with the pretty peacock on the base. So that one there, and this one the other side. like so. So that is what we've got. All right, and then that's going to open up like that. So in here, I want to cut a square. And again, I'm wondering which piece to use, and I might use the other piece. I might use this piece, I think. So I'm just going to measure this. I was going to use the squares in here, but I think it's going to leave me with too much of a white outside. I do want white, but not that much. So what I might do is do this in here. So I'll pick an area that I want. I don't have any bigger square ones. I've only got the rectangular ones, but I will use those in a minute. So out of this piece, I think I will use, I still want to go with the, I could go a bit darker with the middle one actually. Let's see. Let's go dark in there. Yeah, let's go dark in there because I'm going to put a lighter bit on the top. So, better measure it, I suppose, not guess it. So that is 4 inches, obviously, by 3.5. Okay, so and now that should fit in there and leave us a bit of a, yep. So just putting that in there like that, that gives us a small border. What I'd like to do is pop that through the embossing. What could I put on it? Let me see. We've got that new beautiful pattern one, so that might work. Now this is the one that doesn't say it's a 3D, but when I tried to put it through before as a normal, it didn't want to go. So I will try it again, and then we'll report back. Where's my number 2 plate? Come out. So I'm going to put it in, and I'm going to try and put it through as a non-3D. It doesn't say that it's 3D. I think Suzanne said she had the same problem with this one, so we'll just see how we go. No, it doesn't want to go through. So even though it doesn't say it's a 3D, it's going to have to go through as a 3D. And it goes through very easily, like that. So this is the beautiful pattern embossing folder, and nowhere on there does it say that it is 3D, but just saying you need to have your specialty plate and just your number 1. All right, you can see how pretty that is, having that on there like that. You want to play with this sweet? It is, Nicole. I think like it's very very easy to sort of work with, and because you've got all these beautiful colors and it's all in the one, I'm not really a green person, if that makes sense, but I do love turquoises. But these, I do love them. You did that as well? Was that with this embossing folder? I was sure you said you did. All right, I'm going to pop that on there. Glue that on. The what do you call it? De-embossed side or disembossed side or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't seem, the pattern doesn't seem as deep as it would normally seem in a 3D folder either. So I've just popped that on there. Now all I'm going to do is I am going to put a square on there. No, actually I might do a circle. Might do a squircle. I like squircles. So if I put a circle on there like that, actually I could do both of those. Let me think. No, we don't want to cover up too much of that, do we? No, let's just put the small circle on, and I am going to do that in white. So this is Stylish Shapes, of course. Of course, of course. Mum must have gone shopping today. She said she wasn't going to go out. She doesn't like it with all the people at the moment, and I suppose I can understand that because being in the wheelchair, she's so much lower down than everybody else. So yeah, I was going to do that, and then I wanted to use something out of the delicate framing. So this is the delicate framing here. So there's no stamps to go with the dies, but you do have this wording, and I love this wording. And I like the big hugs. I love Simply the Best. So very thankful, but I don't think that will fit. Oh, it might fit on, but I'm not going to use it. So happy for you and here for you. Okay, so I think I might use Simply the Best. So I really do like that. As you can see, I haven't used these yet. They've been sitting there for a while. So this one is Simply the Best, and it should sit in there quite nicely. So I will stamp that. I wiped off all my stamps yesterday. It was after the last few days with the horses and what have you. They had got quite bad. And of course I'm going to use, actually I might use Secret Sea because that is part of this suite. So let me try that on a piece of paper first. Yep. So Lando, my big cat, came in here last night and he was fast asleep on right across here. And he's a big boy. So he managed to cover everything with cat hair. I twisted that, but luckily it did not smudge it. So we've got Simply the Best, and I might just roll the edge, although it's going to basically give it the same color as the background, but that's okay. And I might just pop that in there. So I'm going to stick that down flat because we don't need it to be sticking up. But what I do want to do is there's some really sweet little flourishes and that in here. So I just wanted to cut, and I'm hoping that I've got enough gold to do this. I just wanted to cut. That one's going to be a bit big, bother. Just something to go over the top there. Those two are the same size. Well, I could cut this, and then what I'll do is I'll cut this piece and then I'll chop it so that it looks nice. After you've done, anyone else notice that after you've embossed and then you go back to just die cutting, it always feels like you haven't got enough in there. Now, where's my... Oh, that worked. If you can't find your bone folder, smack it on the table, obviously. Bone folder, you know what I mean. Take your pick tool. There it is. Hiding. So what I wanted to do is just pop. I can cut two very similar. So I'm thinking I only need sort of like that. So I'm thinking there and there. And I can put that piece that way and then do exactly the same this way and cut there and there. That gives me the same piece, and I can pop it under there like that. So I think that's quite sweet. Now, I'm not going to get myself and everything else covered in glue today. I'm going to refuse to do that. So I've just found that other piece of paper I couldn't find now. It's funny how everything gets pushed to the back in just a few seconds, you know, like it doesn't take long at all. I'm going to use my handy little silicone mat. Hi, Kerry. Oh, how lovely. Nice to have morning teas out. So let me pick up this piece. Let's pop it on there like that and dab the back. Maybe hold it might be a plan. Okay. So that piece is going to go over there like that. And so we were talking to my brother-in-law last night, and he's going to come over next year, probably around about September time, September, October. And we're trying to decide whether we go back to New Zealand and do the bits that we didn't do last time because of the weather. So we would go to South Island, or whether we're going to go to Tassie. So none of us have ever been to Tasmania, so obviously that would be something new. But then we all do want to go back to New Zealand as well. So we're having this little battle in our minds about whether we're going to go to New Zealand or Tasmania. Let me pop that in the center there. Do you know, I feel so much more comfortable standing. I should really stand doing the whole thing. All right, so now we have that. All I want to do now is I want to do another circle, another squircle, and let's have a look. This one's going to go on the front. So I'm thinking, no, I might just still go with that same size. So pop it on the front. Again, I'll do that. Actually, this one I could do too. I might do the white and then do the next piece in so that'll be the white, and then I can do this piece in a piece of this, not what those ones are. Should I use, let me think. Maybe. Trying to think what color to put there. Don't know whether to put the. I know, and that's why it's hard. We absolutely love the South Island of New Zealand. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the North Island, but we didn't get to see everything that we wanted to see on the South Island. So we had bad weather when we left Dunedin, and then we went across in the ferry. We went across in the ferry and we got down to Dunedin, and then we got stuck in this really bad weather, and they weren't sure, how long it was going to last. So instead of us staying in Dunedin as long as we wanted to, we had to leave. So because we had to get to Queenstown, and we had a flight out of Queenstown, so we didn't want to get stuck further out. So yeah, it was the last few days were lovely. We thoroughly enjoyed Queenstown, loved it. But we'd like to go back and see the things we didn't get to see. So there you go. Now with this greenery, there are some absolutely gorgeous leaves and stuff that you can use. I'm thinking I'm not going to, but what I might do is just cut out in here. There's some little leaves and some little flowers, and I'm thinking what I might do is I've got these little bits of gold left, and they might just be big enough not to do that. They're not, I can tell you. Where's another piece of gold? I've had a bigger piece. It's over there. So I'm just going to do some little leaves and some flowers. Oh, how cute are they? Look at that. Really cute. Might do another set of them. This is where Lorraine ends up with a whole heap of spare ones. But it's good because you can use them on something else. They are so cute. So I've got those. I might just do a couple of leaves. I don't want too much. And then I am actually going to cut one of those larger ones. This one. These look a bit odd. Let's see. Golly gosh, they've stuck to the plate. So we've got some little leaves there as well. I think I'm done with those. Love the flowers. For a minute I thought I'd lost that die. And what I am going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of this because I need something fairly large. Wow, they are large. Look how many pieces you can get out of this. Let me take this out. Oh my goodness. Does anyone else have trouble getting these off of here like this? I haven't put them onto that. Obviously, haven't put them onto onto the magnets. Where's that green gone again? Let me see. Maybe something like that's Mossy Meadow. I'm just wanting something that's going to work in with what we've already got. Let me do a piece with Mossy Meadow. See, I should have thought of all this, but I didn't think of this. Didn't think about what I was going to put on them. Now, this in itself is going to be way too big. So beautiful, though. In my chair, I asked my husband to stop it squeaking, but I think he's forgotten. Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that just gorgeous? I don't want a screenshot, thank you. I know, I'm the same. I think I don't need that. I don't want that, you know. And then all of a sudden somebody uses it and it's like, maybe I could use that. Now, obviously, I'm not going to put this whole piece on. Because it's too much. It's too much. All right, so I'm going to chop it off down here because it actually looks like there's several places you could chop this and still have it looking really good. And I'm probably going to chop it here. That way then the pieces will fit. Let me put this onto here. I'm going to put that down flat because I'm going to pop up. I know, it's gorgeous, Roz, isn't it? So what did you buy the dies for? The delicate framing. Oops. I must admit that when I bought it, I don't buy a lot of just word dies. I really don't. I just wanted to put some of these little gold flowers around here like so, and then probably another sprig of this in behind, and I think that will look quite sweet. We don't need anything too huge and too bulky. And this is one of those things we're going to have to be careful when we put the glue on, because it will go straight through because they're cut. And it's something that I really love. Which way was I using before? This way. I do love it when they do the leaves like this. But if you're not careful, and you do what I've just done now, put a whole heap of glue on, it does come through. So I'm just going to pop that one down there like that. And then we've got, the good thing with a circle is that you can swishel it around, can't you? Is that a new word, swishel? Must be one of mine. A Lorayism. Then maybe put that one in. Is that the one that I had before? I need to trim that off because I can tell that it's been cut. Okay. And then maybe another one of those. See, one of those in gold would look nice, wouldn't it? And then just put the 3 little gold pieces down there. Eek. And then I've got a couple of these that I could put. No, don't like that. And I probably want a piece of that in gold. Let me see what I've got. And I doubt I've got enough gold to do the whole thing, but I can do a small part, which will work. Let me see. There, that'll do. My number 1 plate slipped so far forward. Now I've got to reposition that. Come on, you fit it in there before. I only moved the plates. I didn't move. Right, let's see what we get. Literally, I just wanted a very small piece. Just what I've got there. So I could take that out. Put this in. Come off you. This is where I fiddle, you see, and I fiddle for ages. And then I could put another piece there, like so, and then add the stars. What do we think? Oh, the inflatables. Okay, Suzanne, I'll see you soon. Let me just do, I'm a bit in a muddle with these. Oh, gracious. These leaves at the moment. What's my husband down there doing? See, I can keep an eye on him from here. He does, I'm sure he does know, but we've got a screen door that needs to be fixed so that we can keep the laundry door open, and eventually it'll allow the cats to go. See how that's split that leaf? But that's okay. And then maybe, because I don't want the gold flowers to go straight onto gold, I just pop that one like that. That's what I'll do. Here's me doing what I said I didn't want to do. I'm just going to pop that one down there. And then just might put those on dimensionals. Now I have bits everywhere. I always start off tidy. Never stays that way. Let's have some mini dimensionals. Oops. Oops, 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 oops. And pop them on the back of these flowers. So, 1, 2, and I'm going to have a third one, and I know there's another one here somewhere, so 3. Let's see how I go. Let's do the 1, do the 2, and do the third one at the bottom. That's me for decoration today, but I quite like that. Probably haven't chosen the best way to display those leaves, but anyway. Yeah, so that's going to go on there like that. I am just going to put dimensionals now on this side. No further than that, because I don't want it to do whatever it's likely to do that's going to make me angry. Not angry. Frustrated. So let's go. 1, 2, 3. Because I don't want these to show. I might have given myself too much room, but that's okay. I'd rather have too much and than not enough. Gosh, I sounded like that person who... There's a car yard up the road from us, and the signpost says, what does it say? More quality than money. And I'm pretty sure that it was supposed to say than money, but it came out, it was typed, it was sign written as then money. And every time I go past it, I want to get up there and scribble it out. Oh, your dogs don't like Frosty? My dog barks more here than she did before, and I think it's because, like, the neighbours, as I'm sitting here to the right of me, they don't really, we haven't even really met them. And we like to do I said to Kevin, I will put a Christmas card in their box. And I think I did last year too, because like I said, it's only across the road. Christmas tasks. Okay, Nicole, no doubt I'll catch up with you somewhere along the lines. Okay, so this is the front of the card. We open it up, simply the best, and it stands like that. You can do your writing on the back. You could put a background on there. That's not a problem. And I think that is rather a cute little card. And I've gone a bit over time, but yeah, I'm quite liking that, and I'm glad I chose those colours for the front. So there we go. What do we think? A little bit different to the last few days. So let me come back up to the top area, if I can find it. There we go. Awesome. Yes, so that's our card for today. And I think basically I have to make, what do I have to make? 1, 2, 4 Christmas cards. And I think I'm going to make the ones that I did with the little pocket on the front and little pocket on the inside. And I'm going to put some stuff in there for the staff at work. Okay, that's, oops, I'm stuck. That's our card. So there you go. Oops. That's it for me for today. Actually, that's it for me for this week, isn't it? It's Friday. My goodness. So we will thunder next week into Christmas week and see what we can find. You're very welcome, Lynn. And thank you again for your card. And I haven't seen Deb, but maybe she'll be on Suzanne's. So hopefully. You like that one too? You like it, Roz? Different, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know. I don't mind fun folds. I like to do them. I like to do the really intricate ones. I think it's just to prove to myself that I can do it. Oh, Debbie, you are there. Debbie. I showed this at the beginning. Your beautiful card arrived. So thank you so much, and your lovely letter inside on such pretty paper. It arrived yesterday, so thank you so much. It's beautiful. I was saying I never got the jars, and when I see other people using them, here we go. I wished I had. So there we go. How gorgeous. Thank you so much. And I will now try and catch Suzanne and see what she's up to today. It's not sleeveless, Deb. What happened? Sometimes we can get the what do we call them? Singlet type. But a lot of my Christmas stuff was done for because I used to do, yes, it did arrive in one piece. When I did Zumba, I can't stand anything up near around my neck. And so I always cut the necks out. This one isn't. This one was actually made this way. But I have to cut the sleeves out because it gets so hot doing Zumba, especially here in the summer, as you can imagine. And you're jumping up and down and running across the stage and what have you. So you have been a quiet watcher today, Deb. So yeah, that's why the sleeves are out, and this one is the one that looks the best. Like when you're up on stage and you're jumping around, nobody can see that, you've left bits hanging. But yeah. Alrighty. I do have one that I wore last night, but it's a t-shirt and it nearly drove me mad. So it's in the wash obviously today, but yeah. All right, everybody, I'm going to go. I'm going to love you and leave you for today. And I will see you all again on Monday, hopefully, on the big countdown. Hopefully I'll do something until Wednesday, unless I find that I can't. But yeah, I'd like to do that. So take care, look after you and yours, and I will see you all next week. Bye for now.